We have a lot to catch up on, so let's go rapid fire. First off, Beetlejuice 2 has a release date. It's September 6, 2024. In a recent interview, James Gunn said if you want to really experience Guardians of the Galaxy 3, you gotta watch it on Screen X. They actually filmed it to be 3 screens wide, so it wraps around you. I've never been to one of these, but I'm definitely checking it out. The final season for Jack Ryan now has a release date of June 30th. It's coming to Prime, and it'll be coming out every Friday after that. During an investor's call, the head of Nintendo confirmed that we are not getting a Switch until at least April 2024. I know a lot of you have been holding out for that thing. Looks like you gotta wait a little longer. And lastly, Hollow Knight Silksong is being delayed until later this year. It was supposed to be out in the first half. They couldn't make it in time, but it's better to avoid the crunch. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is the new box office king, bringing in $114 million in the first weekend. It did very well. That's above what they were expecting. A lot of the people around this project, though, have said it's not about opening weekend, it's about the second weekend. As we've seen with Ant-Man and other projects, they've been just dropping off hard after that first weekend, and the entire theater industry is worried about how the second weekend performs. This is the test. On the other side of that, Mario has done quite well, so I think we're past that phase and we're into the full summer blockbuster season, and we don't have to worry about movies being one and done. Hogwarts Legacy is now on the PS4 and the Xbox One. Surprisingly, they look pretty good, frame rates are holding up. I put a video on our website where somebody compared all versions of the PlayStation, and they're running like a champ. The game's doing well. It already sold 15 million copies, but this will probably boost its sales. Viz Media just launched a new manga service. For $1.99 a month, users will access 10,000 different digital mangas on their new app. When you combine that with the Shonen Jump subscription, that makes it 25,000 manga. Now, this is directly competing with Crunchyroll's service, which is tangled up with their streaming service as well. The cheapest version of that, I think, is $7.99. We've just learned that Disney is going to be buying the rest of Hulu. Currently, they own 2/3 of it. They're about to own everything. And once they do that, they're going to combine Hulu and Disney Plus into the same app. We don't have all the details, but all the speculation is that it'll all fit under Disney Plus because Disney Plus has been adding some R-rated content, and that should mean that you're going to be paying the same price for Disney Plus the whole time. If you're a Hulu fan like myself, that means you're going to be adding The Mandalorian, all the Star Wars stuff, and all the Marvel stuff to your library. And if you're a Disney Plus fan, that means you're adding things like Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Only Murders in the Building, really good show. So many cool things Hulu's got. I'm a big Hulu fan, and I definitely watch a lot of Disney Plus, so for me, this is just perfect. This deal is in the works, but they have until January 2024 to make sure it's locked in. So here's the latest on the writer's strike. The writers have been sending out small teams to form picket lines in front of productions. 2 examples is Marvel's Wonder Man and Apple's Loot. The idea is really smart. So they're going to create a picket line. Even with just 2 people, it counts as a picket line. And because there's a picket line, the 2 other big unions involved in Hollywood production, IATSE and the Teamsters, which does a lot of the set stuff, will not cross that picket line. Not only does that physically stop production, but there are ways where it'll increase fines. The video I'm showing here is a team stopping the Marvel's production, and because they're blocking the trucks, those trucks are going to be fined for sitting there for longer. That all goes back to the studio. This is building pressure, getting those studios to come to the table. And the studios are getting a little more aggressive as well. They're trying to tell the showrunners that you have to force production. But so far, everybody's staying solid with the writers. By the way, the video is from the Associated Press. And according to Deadline, the writers are encouraging people to go to productions throughout the United States and picket local productions. Again, just 2 people to create a picket line. That's basically the biggest update from the writer's strike. I'll let you know when we get some more updates. Hey all, and a happy Mother's Day weekend. We're going to be talking about the shows that have been canceled so far for network television. Over on ABC, they've canceled Alaska Daily, Big Sky, which is a really good one, The Company You Keep, and The Goldbergs. CBS were losing East New York and True Lies. True Lies they invested heavily on. The CW is going through a bit of a cleanup, and right now they're losing Kung Fu, Tom Swift, Walker Independence, and the Winchesters. We also need to remember that they're ending the Arrowverse over there, so all those are coming to a close. Fox is losing Call Me Kat, which is a really big show for them, Fantasy Island, Monarch, and The Resident. Any of these shows can be saved by, say, Netflix or Hulu or something like that. We've seen that happen in the past, and one of the other stations could buy that show from them. Cancellations always really suck, because that means that all these actors, everybody, all the writers, everybody's out of work now, and they need to find new places. And of course, that means a bunch of storylines are being unfinished. So we're hoping that a lot of these people find new work immediately, and a lot of these shows get picked up by other places. It can happen, it's just not very common. We'll let you know if any of them get saved.